Hi, you guys. Okay, I was just live and then I had to get off and put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Otherwise, if someone calls me, it like ruins the whole life. Okay, so we are doing, it's been a while since I've done like a full glam, like full makeup tutorial or look. So I'm just going to take my time today instead of rushing through instruction. I'm just going to take my time. I think we're going to go with like a purpley vibe on the eyes. I did just put eye patches on. And I have the thicker side here because I want to depuff. If you have like a lot of crow's feet on the outside, you'll want to put them so the skinnier side is here and the puffier side is out. So my name is Kayla. If you are new to my page, I would love to know if you're new. But I used to be a teacher. I resigned a year and a half ago. And this is my full-time job now. I have been a makeup artist on the side also for 15 years. That was always kind of like my summer job while I was teaching, because if you guys know anything about teachers, you know that they don't make a whole lot, okay? And so that was always my side job. And anyway, I resigned and this is now what I do. I'm full-time content creation here and I teach really easy makeup. So if that like resonates with you, go ahead and hit follow. I do adhere to all ages. So I know a lot of people on here will come on and say, I'm here for 30 and over, I'm here for 50 and over, and I think that is fantastic. However, what I've been doing for the last over 15 years is I have been applying makeup to all ages, teens all the way to 90-year-old beauties. So I just put my main highlight down. So all I did, I'm just priming my eyes. Hi, you guys, hello. And so I did that by adding my main highlight. And then now I'm setting it with a powder. So here's a little tip. If you are adding eyeshadow or putting on eyeshadow and you're using a primer, and you're just finding like, oh my gosh, my eyeshadow is going on patchy, it doesn't like blend very well, go ahead and add powder to help the blending process, and it won't like skid. It almost like it skids a little bit while you're adding that on. So okay, I just did that. We're going to go with this purpley thing today. I cannot find any of my Saint eyeshadow brushes. Don't know where they went. It's Jenna. I have been traveling a decent amount, and so I just think that they're kind of all over my house right now. I swear I had all my stuff, but we're going to use these. These are not as good. I don't even know what brand these are, to be honest. They got sent to me, and they're just not as good. I'm just going to be really honest about that. So where am I going? Okay, when you're doing a darker look, especially when you're working with like purples or charcoals, you definitely want to go in layers in how you are applying the eyeshadow. And that is because it can get out of hand real quickly. It can look like you have a black eye. So I am going into this color Mama. This is a color by Saint. So if you guys, hi you guys, oh yes, if you want a color match to this palette, so you can actually get away with just 4 colors instead of all of these I have here. This is essentially my whole makeup bag. If you do want to color match at any time, you can just say match. So, and I can color match you. I typically get back to you within 24 hours. So I am, okay, the really important tip when you're working with darker colors, especially like charcoals, blacks, purples, if you do not layer like I'm going to show you, it can look like you have black eyes. Okay, so I'm going in with this color Mama, and this is going to be my lightest transition shade. And when I say transition shade, I mean that is the color that transitions your eye shadows all the way up to your eyebrow, your brow bone. And that just gives it that gradient effect, so it's not just like one solid crazy color. So I used Mama for that. And I have 2 drinks going here. Are you guys like drink people? I have a protein shake, and then I also have my energy. And normally I also have my water in the mix here, and I don't have that today. So, okay. I am now going to go into this color London right here. It's this like smoky, cool toned purple. It actually looks more gray on camera than it is in real life. And I'm just going to use that same brush that, again, I don't know what brush this is. I can't find my Saint ones. The nice thing about our Saint ones is you can use, and like it's not dispensing the color as well as the Saint ones do. So that's really annoying. Our Saint ones, you can get away with a whole eyeshadow look with like one brush. So I'm going in with London, and I'm actually staying lower than I did with that Mama color. Okay, so the Mama color, I stayed a little bit higher. London, My friend's going to London actually this next week, I think. I'm going to stay a little bit lower. So again, you see that gradient, you see the darker purple, and then you see the pink kind of like just ombre. And I'm going all the way here and out. And I am keeping my eyes open because I do have an okay amount of real estate on my eyes. That means like the amount of eyelid that I have to put product down. But honestly, I don't have as much as I wish I did, but this is a trick if you have hooded eyes, because this is where you're going to see where you're laying down the color. Hi guys! Tell me where you're watching from. I would love to hear. Okay, so I'm just going back and forth, and the trick is to do little at a time. If you get too much, it's really hard to take that eyeshadow away, and I just actually swooped up on accident. On accident. But it's a lot easier to just build. So that's another important tip when you're working with like darker colors, is start with a little and then you can always build up. From Vegas, how hot is it there? My friends that are from Hawaii, we're just in Vegas actually. Hi from Florida. Oh my gosh, I just went to Florida and actually like went around there for work a couple weeks ago, and oh my gosh, I love it. I didn't realize I would love it so much. Okay, I'm also adding London to kind of those outer corners. Oh, this brush. Ooh, 63 or 93. That is strong. Okay. Oh, I miss my Saint brushes. Okay, so we're going to go into, I think I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to go in Bend and Snap. I'm going to teach you another little trick. If you use a brush to apply a shimmer like that, see how light that goes on? Okay. But if you use your finger, you're going to have more pigmentation. So it truly just depends on like what you're like wanting out of your eyeshadow look. So I'm going to do my finger because we're just going to go for the whole shebang today. Also, you guys, can we talk about something? Social media is such a highlight reel. I'm going through something kind of stressful right now, and sometimes it's hard to show up and not like kind of let that just show, but sometimes I can't talk about things. And so anyway, little stressed out today. I was going to not come live because I was just like, ugh, I'm just like in my feels, but I was like, you know what? No, this will make me feel better. I love like getting on and talking to people. Okay. So now I'm going to go into the inner corner with the shade Venus. Venus is, it's got like this really, really light, maybe lavender hint to it. And it just does, it looks way more silver than it really is. So look how pretty that is. It's so gorgina. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this on the inner corner. What are you guys doing on this Monday? Are you working? And typically for my eyeshadow, I actually really like to do darker on the inside. And then I like to pop like the shimmer on the center of my lid, but we're doing like the traditional way today. Okay, so still applying with my finger. And I'm going a little bit up above my crease just to kind of like open my eye. And I'm just going to kind of marry those colors in right there. Yes, working. Bummer. I mean, I'm technically working too. My work just looks a little different these days than it did a year and a half ago. Okay, I am going to now go into Revival. You guys, Revival is one of my all-time favorite Saint eyeshadows. It is one that I actually love to use as like an eyeliner as well. Working from home, but so glad to see you're online. Yay! Oh, you're so sweet. What do you do from home, if you don't mind me asking? You also don't have to answer that. But I love Revival. So again, this looks a little bit more brown than it is in person. It has a little bit of like a purpley plum undertone to it. And I'm just going to pop a little bit of this on the outside. I kind of wish I had more kind of purpley tones going on, but you know what? I guess YOLO. I guess I could add a little bit of purple. I have a really pretty purple over there that I could add to like the center. Maybe I'll do that because I really wanted to go purple. So I'm just adding this to the outer corner. You pre-register patients for medical services. Oh, okay. So yeah, medical stuff. My husband's going through a lot of medical stuff right now, and it's really frustrating. He has had a back injury since July, you guys. And L&I takes forever to do everything. And like they make you do PT first before they'll even do like an MRI, which I understand. But then it's like, okay, oh, he hasn't gotten better. Now we have to schedule the MRI. Well, then you have to schedule it, and it has to be referred, and then the schedule, and then it is like a whole process that it's been insanely frustrating. I mean, some nice things is, you know, he has gotten to take Barrett to preschool, whereas like before, like he never really got to ever take Barrett to daycare. You have to discuss costs with them, and let me tell you, it's insane, the cost of these services. Oh, yes. Yeah. Medical services are really expensive. They're actually insane. All right, you guys, I'm going to add a little bit of this fun purple. I just feel like I need a little fun today, and it's so gorgeous out. Okay, this is called Candyland. This is in our advent calendar that was released in, I think, December, or maybe it was November. I don't really remember. Oh, I'm going to need some spray for this. And, but I think they're doing a couple shades per quarter that they're releasing, so that's kind of fun. Okay, so I'm going to spray my finger actually with setting spray. And we're going to go back into this girl. She's so pretty. Look at this. Okay, so anyway, he has had this back injury since July. And anyway, it's just really frustrating because he's just like literally been in pain. Some days are better than others, obviously. Like some days, you know, he's able to walk more and, you know, he's not as in as much pain. And then some days he's like bedridden essentially, or chair ridden. And it's just, to be in pain constantly like that is just, it's frustrating for him. It's frustrating for his family. You know, and obviously it's not his fault. Yeah, I did play softball in college, actually. That's awesome. What position did you play? Yeah, I played for, did I play for 3 years? 3 years. I had continuous dislocations of my knee, actually. So I could not play another year. My body was done, and I ended up having surgery, I think the year after I was done student teaching. And speaking of softball, okay, see, yeah, I like this extra purple. We have to add a little Venus in there. See, I just want to take my time today, just have fun. So I actually start coaching my niece's team tomorrow with my sister-in-law. She's like, you don't get a choice. And I haven't coached softball in a couple years. I used to coach with my one of my other best friends' husbands. And it's funny because I started coaching her, I think when she was like 6, and now she's a junior in high school. You pitch for Liberty University. You're a lefty. Oh my gosh. Lefties are like so baller. I played the corners mostly. And then I did do second base. I was never an outfielder. I wasn't fast enough to be an outfielder. I did pitch a little bit, like, not in college, but a little bit in high school and then in like middle school and stuff. So, okay, I like this. I'm trying to see, do I have any eyeliner? Do I have any eyeliner? Probably not. Okay, cool. Love that. Oh, we have a little bit right here. This is the Tattoo Gel eyeliner from Celestia. I love it. Your parents went to softball training facility, so you were an instructor. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Oh yeah. I'm excited to do it. So the girls that I'm going to be coaching are between 7 and 9. I'm trying to look for a smaller thing here. And, I'm excited, and I'm going to just be really honest, you guys. It's hard to find good coaches these days. Parents have ruined coaching. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it. I just like the amount of like fights, like, okay, for example, my niece, she also plays football. She's a baddie. And there were these coaches of like these 4th graders that like got in fights with each other. I mean, not like fist fights, and like parents were yelling. I'm like, are we really doing this? Are we really showing our kids and our youth that this is how you solve problems? Like, this is wild. It's just ridiculous. So anyway, those of you that aren't like that, good job. I know it's hard to not get heated, but it's like, okay, you guys, they're like kids. It's like not that dense. Like, this is where they actually have to learn like problem solving skills, and they have to learn, sorry, I'm going on a soapbox. They have to learn how to deal with situations when something happens and they don't like it. I mean, I've gotten heated during softball games before, especially when I'm in college. That's a lot different. So, hi you guys. All right, we're just doing a fun purple eyeshadow look, and I am going to show you how to put on the easiest lashes I've ever used. So if you struggle with like those temporary false lashes, you're going to love these. I think that I have them set up. If you say match, I think you can get them, but I'm going to show you how easy they are. What eye patches? These are Pixie. So I like these ones because they're just depuffing. Let me show you the little canister. Hold on, my thing's moving. Told you guys this is like not super educational today. Hopefully you're fine with that. Just like a chitty chat. These are the ones I use. I really like them. So my friend Jenna, I have traveled with her a couple times now. Her and I just travel so well together. We work in like the industry together, and she brought eye patches last August to North Carolina. And when I travel, I get really puffy. I know a lot of people do. And she's like, oh, you got to wear these. And I was like, oh my gosh, it made such a difference. So anyway, I bought those and I started taking them when I travel. Okay, we're going to do lashes. I'm going to probably need to keep this open, but I'm going to show you how pretty we're going to get here. So these are called Broke Bliss lashes. This specific one, I think it's called Fanny, but this is what they look like. And the thing I love most about this brand is actually the glue. Not that everything else isn't fabulous, but the glue is what is actually insane, and that's what people struggle with the most. So I'm going to show you guys how to do this. I actually, for these, I don't even know where they all start. So I'm going to take this little piece right here, and I always like to start on the outer corner of my eye. And let me show you what this glue looks like. So it looks like this. It's got like this little like paint, like this little brush. And the amazing thing about this glue is that there is no wait time. Whereas like a lot of other glue, you have to wait. And wait for it to get a little tacky and all of that jazz. And for this one, you do not have to do that. It just will go straight on. So I'm going to just show you. I always look down into a mirror like this, and then I just, ooh, and it's stuck. It's already like that. So that's what I'm going to put on. You guys are not loving this. This is so interesting because these are the tutorials I used to do all of the time, and I would have like hundreds of people on, and now I have 19 people on. That's actually so crazy. But usually when I just do my face makeup, I'll have like way more viewers. So this is really interesting. This is good like feedback for me to see. So, hi you guys. Okay. So I just put the second part on. It's really fast. When I put these on when I was on Maui, it took me, I want to say, like, I am not kidding, probably 3 minutes to put these on. So these ones are really pretty natural. So usually when I wear lashes like this, I don't go super natural. So this is interesting. And I typically only need like 4 strips. Hi you guys, tell me where you're watching from. So again, I'm gonna just do this glue. This is the glue for you. Even if you don't get the lashes, like if you have lashes that you like Lilac Street or Flutter Habit, but you just really need some easier glue, I recommend getting this glue. It's great. It is definitely for the gal who has like no lash application experience. Maybe she just doesn't have a lot of time. So, hey friends, and then we're going to do some full coverage makeup, like Glam full coverage, which it's been a while since I've done that. Typically, I just do like a medium coverage. So, okay, so I have to tell you guys this up. So anyway, with Mitch's back injury, there's also just been some things I wish I could talk about, and hopefully in time I can. Because there are just some really unethical people out there. And makes me really sad. Makes me really, really, really sad. So, oh, did you guys hear about, not to be like dramatic here. Wait, 1, 2, 3, okay, 4. Did anyone use Modere? Did you guys just see that they literally just shut down? Like in one day? They're like, we're closing. You're done. You can't get products. All the people are done. Like, everyone that works there, you don't even get a warning. That's just crazy. People thought it was crazy when Saint went affiliate, and I'm like, no, that's crazy. That is wild to me. Are any of you guys part of Modere? Or did you see that announcement? Yeah, you always like wonder, you're like, what happened for that? to go down that intensely and quickly, you know? I don't know. This industry is hard right now. Okay, so I'm popping these on. I have 3 more to do, and then we're going to move on to the face makeup. Really? No one heard about Modere. No one heard about any of that? That's wild. Okay. So again, I'm just brushing this on. You don't need a lot. And what I like about this glue too is that when it's ready to come off, it does not take your lashes off with it. It doesn't hurt to take them off. I do need another tube. I've had this one for a while. And we're going to pop that in. So I have one more work trip. So this like quarter, I've had a lot of traveling, partially like, so one, my best friend's wedding was just in Mexico. One, it was a trip I earned. Yes, you did, crazy. You're from Michigan. One I earned from Saint for Maui. And then I had like just a couple work trips. And then I have one more work trip next week. And then I'm done until June, I think. So, which I'm okay with. I'm okay to be done for a little bit. But our trip in Mexico was so great. We actually didn't know if the bride was going to end up getting married because the luck was so bad right before. You didn't hear about Modere, but you noticed some affiliates that used it weren't showing the products like they were before. Well, this just happened, I think, yesterday or the day before. So, and supposedly, I don't know, the industry is kind of hard sometimes. People didn't know it was coming. I don't know. I'm not them, so I can't say whether or not that's true or not, but sometimes you have to sign an NDA and you can't say things, you know what I mean? So, okay, last lash, and then we're going to do some face makeup. So, I kind of wish the outer core, this is so easy. These lashes, it's this glue. I swear to God, it's the glue. And if you want a link to it, I think I have a code. I think it's a 10% code. I think it's 10%. You can just say match, and it should be like in the like little lineup of links that I send you. But yeah, it's Broke Bliss. They are a small owned business. I want to say they're in education maybe. And they wanted something really easy for ladies to use. So these are the easiest lashes I've ever put on. Let's have a little bit of drinky drink, aka Axio. Okay, I get asked all the time, do you use a primer? Typically, no. I really like the Celeste ones, but if you are like, well, I'm a Sephora girl, I want like something from Sephora. I really love this Milk one. It is, it's the Hydro Pro, so it's like the glow one. Whereas the green one is a little bit like less glowy. I love the glow this one gives, so just watch. So it's got like a little bit of a gold sheen. So if you have like a lot of texture, you might like this one because that light will bounce off the texture and it won't draw as much attention to like texture, fine lines, like if you have like a little bumpy skin, something like that. So I think it's really, really pretty. And then since I am going full glam, I am going to do BB cream today. And this is by Celeste. It's my favorite. Where's my brush? You guys, if you saw my beauty room, I think I say this all the time, but it's really bad. So, I love the BB cream by Celeste and I love the tinted moisturizer by Celeste. Both are so good. I love the coverage. You're going to see this right here. I mean, look at this. I have some redness. Of course, I always have redness. But like, look at that, how it just evens out my skin. And it's just really, really pretty. And a lot of times I'll use the tinted moisturizer or the BB cream just by itself. And I used it a lot in Mexico, just would wear that and then add like a little bit of brightening highlight. But like, look how much it just evens out my skin tone. It's so good. And it has some SPF in it. So I do typically, especially in the spring and summer, I do still wear like a normal SPF underneath my makeup, and then I'll wear this on top because I'm kind of a crazy person when it comes to protecting my face. So I was in Mexico and my sister-in-law needed a hat, and she was like, I can't sit by the pool without a hat, so I let her borrow mine. So I went down and bought one of those, you know, like on the beach from those old vendor guys that totally overcharge you and you have to bargain with them. So I went and bought one of those, and I was like, I have to cover my head and mostly my face. Okay, so I have that on. Now I'm going to show you how we're going to get full coverage, you guys. So with Saint, you can have either really, really light coverage or you can have a full coverage, and it all depends on your brush. And I'm going to show you how to get that with the buff brush. So the buff brush was my first brush. In fact, when I first bought Saint 4 years ago, over 4 years ago now, I didn't buy a brush because, again, I'm a makeup artist. So I'm like, oh, I don't need a brush. I have plenty of really good ones. And then, no, you need to have one of the Saint brushes with our creams because it's so good. They're specifically manufactured and made to work with our creams. So the buff brush is what will give you full coverage. When I first started using Saint, full coverage was like all I did. I didn't do like the light coverage. I didn't do the medium coverage. So now we do the mostly just medium coverage. But today, since we're going like purple, we're going to do the full coverage look. So I just added some contour along my hairline, and I'm just going to kind of tap that in. Same with having a brush. The brushes are a game changer. I know. I mean, I was so snobby. I'm like, I don't need one of those brushes. And then I was like, oh, wait, yes, I do. Okay, so here is my contour. And again, since I am doing a like full glam, we're going to go like a little heavier with my contour. And the buff brush, the bristles are more dense, which means like they don't move as much as maybe like the detail brush. So when you're applying your makeup, it's going to go on in like a heavier application. Doesn't necessarily mean thicker. It just means like a heavier coverage essentially. The colors I'm using, so my contour here is Astoria. I prefer cedar, but this is what's in my palette right now. So I like cedar more, but that's okay. And then I'm going to take the remnants and we're just going to contour right here underneath my chin. And then this should be, I think, Moonlit and Athens. And then actually I have Cinnamon as a bronzer. I don't know why. I don't know why I picked it up, but Cinnamon is a highlight actually. And I was like, well, this looks pretty. Okay, so now I'm using the smaller end of the buff brush and just popping right inside my eyes there. And we're just going to clean up that outside. And swoop, swoop. Now, since I do have some discoloration here, you guys can see my veins. I'm going to add a little bit of my main highlight and brightening highlight, like I mix them together. And I'll go right underneath there with that. Again, this is full coverage, so this is not what I do every day. I don't typically wear this much underneath my eyes, but we gotta make sure. You can't have like a full eyeshadow look and then not somehow correct what's under your eyes if you have dark circles. That'll just draw more attention. It'll make you look like you have a black eye. Okay, I'm gonna pop a little bit of that brightening highlight right here in the center, down the center of my nose, here, and here. And then we're gonna blend all of this in a minute. And then I'm going to take my main highlight and we're just going to work this in all the other areas that I don't have anything. I think this is Athens. If it's not Athens, it's Candlelit. I should be wearing Athens though because I got a little burnt. Mexico unintentionally. My friend got so fried. Oh my gosh, I didn't tell you guys about this. I didn't know if my friend was going to get married. There was so much bad luck. Her husband ruined his passport days before they were leaving. On accident, obviously. So he had to drive 5 hours away to try and get it same day. It was not even guaranteed. Okay, so that's the first thing that happened. The second thing that happened, her bag was left at the airport. And then, let's see. Oh, and then we went snorkeling. Like this second day we were there. She got pooped on by a pelican and then stung by a jellyfish. Then that night, her daughter literally like cuts off her finger. Yes, with the door. She smashed it in the door and it literally off. So they had to go to the hospital. It was crazy. Then the next day, her stepdaughter gets stung by a jellyfish. Also gets stung by a jellyfish. And then the day that she was supposed to get ready, like I walked in because I did her makeup for her wedding. I walked in and I was supposed to be starting soon, and she was like, her hair wasn't even done. She's like, sorry, we're behind. Like her now husband, like came in and they broke a bottle on accident and they had to clean it up. So it was just a disaster. But then their wedding, like the actual wedding, was absolutely perfect. So I kept telling her the whole week, I'm like, hey, this just means you're going to have a really great wedding and a really great marriage. But it was kind of crazy. It was kind of a crazy lead up there. Okay, so I'm just kind of smoothing out this contour like this. But yeah, like her daughter's finger is gone. Her nail is gone. And she took it like a champ. She was like, yeah, I mean, here it is. She like was taking pictures and sending it to her boyfriend. I was like, you freak. This is crazy. So I'm going to now contour my nose now that I have that brightening highlight and main highlight on. Yeah, I definitely need to darken my main highlight. Okay, so I have a big contrast between like all of my colors, and I'm okay with that, again, because I'm doing full glam. So once I have my lips on, it'll bring it all together. So I'm just adding a little bit of this cinnamon color as my bronzer to warm up my face. Okay, and then I'm going to add this color Huckleberry. I think I'm going to combine Huckleberry and Purple Rain right here. These are like just two of my favorites. They are just stunning. And I'm just popping those on. And these are super pigmented, so you don't need a ton. But I like a lot of blush, so. Okay. I am now going to add this shade. This is called Flurry, I think. And this is also from the Advent calendar. And I'm going to add this as my illuminator. So pretty. And I'm going to do my lips. Except I don't even have a lip liner brush. So I'm going to just have to use a normal lip liner. That's annoying. It's okay. And this is City Beauty. They just came out with lip liners and they're so stinking good. What is this color? This shade is Willow. And you can use Kayla G15 and you can always get a discount for that. Okay, now I'm going to add Huckleberry on top. And then I'm going to do my eyebrows and we're going to be done, you guys. It's full glam today. I love it. I haven't done full glam in so long. I haven't done this like heavy of makeup in so long too. Okay, and then I'm going to add Flurry to the center. Just for like a little plumpness. So if you want your lips to look kind of like plump, add like a shimmer or a gloss like right in the center and it'll kind of draw attention right there. Okay, I do need to do my eyebrows, but I'm going to do those off camera. People hate when I do my eyebrows on here. It's the weirdest thing. But that is the final makeup look. Full glam, purple, super fun. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Monday. Have a good day. Bye.